Mr. Porter, welcome to the Friday Night Live show.
What's going on, man?
How you doing, man? You alright?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Right, let's get straight into this now, because the focus is, of course, Mr. Porter, the producer. This is the focus. This is what we're going to talk about tonight. Now, I think all our listeners are aware of your work and the tracks that you produce, so rather than speaking to begin with about those, let's talk about what you are working on as we speak. What is the production that Mr. Porter is working on right about now, November 20th, 2009?
Right now, let's see, Eminem.
Right.
So. And I'm finishing, like, we just finished the song for his album. We actually did probably three songs, and we kept one out of the three, and that's going on his album. It possibly could be a second song. We just, taking a break for a couple of days to do the American Music Awards tomorrow.
Right.
And, well, actually, no, Sunday. And then Ludacris. I'm working on songs for Ludacris right now, too.
All right, excellent, man. Let's talk about that production for Eminem. You were working in the studio just yesterday, I believe, with M. You say you've done 3 tracks. One's going to definitely be used, maybe 2. This, of course, is going to be Relapse 2, if correct me if I'm mistaken. And this is going to be on the way when? I mean, what any ideas roughly? Obviously 2010, but what's the ideas on when we're going to hear this new production?
It's going to be early 2010 because the album is pretty much coming to a close. Like we in the 11th hour of the album right now. It changed directions a couple times, and there's been a rumor going around that Interscope changed the direction, and that's not true. Right. Interscope does not make decisions for Eminem. Like, Eminem's an artist, and he makes the music that he feels that he needs to put out. So just to kind of close that rumor out, like, this is a choice that M made. Like, he's back into his right mind. Like, I'm as pleased with this album as I am any other classic album. And I mean, I know that's a big statement, but to me, being in this position right now, like, he's in a great mind creatively, and I'm extremely happy with this album. Like, I mean, every song is something, something incredible. It's not no fillers. Every song is incredible.
Okay. Now, of course, you are going to say that. You are going to come on the show. You are going to say that. You said this change of direction then was nothing to do with Interscope, so that's cleared up. That's gone. That rumour's deaded now. There's no pressure whatsoever. So this is nothing, absolutely 0% to do with Interscope.
You said, repeat the question again?
The question was, you're saying about this change of direction for the album, and you're saying it was nothing to do with Interscope, and I'm asking you, is that 100% nothing to do with Interscope, the change of direction?
I mean, like, if Interscope, let's say Jimmy hears the album and says, well, what if you do this or what if you do that? He makes suggestions, and they work together pretty good, but the rumor that's been going around was directed towards more of, oh shit, I hope that he didn't change the album because, Interscope, like, he shouldn't listen to Interscope. Interscope does not make Eminem's music. Eminem makes music for and Interscope distributes it, like, distributors. Like, it's not a situation where they control what he's doing, when it comes to his music. He's an artist, like, he's a great artist. And I'm the last person that'll say, hey, if I thought this album was just good, I would say this album is just good. Like the last Relapse, the first Relapse, to me, was him coming off of drugs. He was getting a whiff of what it's like to be in the mind of a person that's just waking up out of being high as ever. You know what I mean? So this album is him in a complete mind state. Like, he's thinking in the right mind state. Like, it's perfect. It's not perfect, like, for, in the sense of perfect when you think perfect. For me, as a person, as a fan, as his friend, as a producer that produced on the album, this is a perfect representation of where he is right now. So when I say that, Interscope just, they make certain decisions about even marketing, him and Paul, they come up with a lot of their ideas. There's a lot of great people that work at Interscope. Not to take anything away from him, but him is a complete artist. He's hands-on with everything that he does. He has a decision. He makes a decision about everything between him and Paul Rosenberg and Eminem's staff. They do a great job themselves. So Interscope does not make an Eminem album. Eminem makes it, he brings it to Interscope, he plays it for Jimmy. If Jimmy has some suggestions, he takes those into consideration. He's not a dickhead about it, like he's a great person. He listens to constructive criticism. So it's just, this is not a position where Interscope made him change the album. That album changed direction because he changed his songs, he changed his moods, he changed his emotions, like an album should do. You're not going to get an album from him. This album is not an album you're getting from him that's like, oh, well, Eminem putting out another album. It's not going to be like that. This is something special.
Excellent, man. Excellent. It's good to hear. What was the original direction, then, of the album? What was the original direction?
The original direction was, at first it was all, let's say, production-wise, it was all Dre.
Okay.
It was all Dre. And, I have to say, like, I don't know if you heard "Taking My Ball and Going Home."
Yeah.
That's on the Hero game. Some of the music was like that. Like it was him in a, in the zany mind state kind of. He was, but he's musically it changed the direction. He's using other producers now, like not just Dre, it's just Blaze, it's myself. And some other people. I don't want to let all of the cats out the bag because that's what we do. It was the mystique. We talk about everything before it comes out. But it's a great album. I just have to say that direction-wise, production-wise is better. He's open to using other producers, and the songs, man, the songs are like it reminds me of that feeling of a Marshall Mathers LP.
Damn. That's some commitment. That's something to look forward to, man. That's some real big goal to reach.
Fans can really look forward to this album, and when they purchase it, it's like they're getting a full album. It's not fillers. You're not getting fillers. If you're an Eminem fan, you'll love this album. You'll love it.
Excellent, man. And I think you've already explained why he changed direction, but why such a drastic change, though, in terms of changing the producers and not using the production and beats which were already there? Then what was the main reason for that? Was it like a one day where you just sat down together and thought, you know what, we've got all these other producers, we've got all this other work, let's just re-jiggle the album? Or was there more to it than that?
I think when we, in let's say in transit, let's say if we going from here to Paris or we going from here to New York, we listen to so much stuff. He's a fan of hip hop. So one thing that I have to tell you is that his writing is consistent. He's constantly writing. So it's not like, oh, I want to just change the direction of the album. He's writing so much. You can't give him enough beats to rap off of for him to make songs. He's also meticulous. So if it's hard to pick a record. It's hard to give him a record. Sometimes you can just give him something and he's writing to it. Sometimes it's a beat. Sometimes he has an idea for a song and then it turns out, So the direction change just according to him being an artist. It happens. If you're writing that much, you're going to have so much material. It was just to a point where he was like, yo, I can't stop writing. But that's what happens when you're in a clear mind. I'm just really proud of him because he's not, he's diving head first back into music as if he was just doing it in 96 or 93 or whatever,
That's excellent, man. And of course, he's been away from the microphone for some time. So, to go the complete opposite, and for all these fans who are listening now, who will listen on iTunes, to hear that now M cannot stop writing, he cannot stop creating music, that's a real blessing. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people out there very happy about that.
Oh yeah, I'm one of them. I'm really happy about that because it's motivating me. Like I'm actually working on a solo album finally. So. It's motivated me to really jump head first into my own project. So it's it's motivating for everybody.
Exactly, man. And when this album drops in early 2010, it's going to motivate people even more.